Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon to all of you. We are going to talk about the myth part of the things. One of the sessions that you all had has been tea breaks. And the maximum demanded item in the tea breaks have been the green tea. Somewhere there is a myth that you use the green tea and you are going to lose weight. Yes, it's correct. But then only those who can go to the mountain, pluck the leaf, and then make the tea will lose the weight. So I'm going to take you through different myths. And generally this is something which you see all across. We have conferences on climate change, we have conferences on global warming. And generally the footprint, carbon footprint which is counted after the program, you'll find that people have just for reaching these conferences have made so much carbon that conference would have been more successful if it would have been done on a Skype. Similarly, we talk about electric vehicles or we talk about batteries. Ultimately, what we don't understand is that we are shifting production of carbon from one place to another. And we need to understand that what's going to be more beneficial. The most important problem when we are looking for a solution for pollution, then it's only dilution. And you have to come out of the denial mode that there is no problem that we have. Let me take you through. This is some of the myths we are talking about. You talk about new technology or you say that it's going to lower the standard of living, the cost is going to go high, or it's going to be recycled.
Do you stand by your statement that carbon dioxide, greenhouse gases are not dangerous at all to our environment?
CO2 in the atmosphere has none of the characteristics of a pollutant that contaminates and fouls and all of that has direct, can have direct impact on human health as an atmospheric gas. It's a plant nutrient.
Are you aware of anything that is happening in the oceans that relates to fossil fuel emissions?
There are probably a number of them.
Name a few.
I have a very superficial understanding as far as
I particularly was concerned about an article you wrote. The article was signing the Paris Agreement is the worst way to celebrate Earth Day.
Of the additional heat that has been captured in the atmosphere as a result of greenhouse gas emissions, do you know how much of that excess heat has been captured in the ocean? Is it more or less than 50%? Do you even know that?
No.
No, okay.
But I believe there are differences of opinions on that, but there's not one right answer.
Really? Do you think there's actual serious difference of opinion whether it's below 50%?
Yes.
You think there is?
Yes. And
serious difference of opinion as to how much of that has been captured by the ocean. You think there's serious scientific opinion that it's below 50%?
Yes.
Okay, wow.
It seems to me that you don't believe climate change is real.
I am uncertain.
You're uncertain.
No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I jumped ahead of my climate change is of course real.
Human activity affect climate change?
More than likely, but the extent to which I think is very uncertain. And
would you rely on scientists to give you that answer or not?
No, I've had that question for a very, very long time.
This is the reality when you look at the impact of climate change that's happening. The model shows in terms of the regions that are going to be affected, and we had previous speakers who have mentioned about the climate change and the impact, whether it was water, whether it was temperature. One of the very simple questions that is being asked is that 1 degree more or 2 degree more, how it's going to affect us. We'll still survive maybe with a little lesser clothes. That's fashion. But then how does it affect? But if you look at statistics, the number of plants and animals who have gone extinct because of 1 degree rise in temperature, you'll be amazed that we are talking about figures which is in more than 100,000s. Unfortunately, human is the only being on the earth which cuts a tree, makes a paper, and writes a slogan, "Don't cut trees." we all are in business, and at the end of the day, when I started the program yesterday, we all were looking for who is responsible, who is going to make that change. It's going to be us only. And as an individual, each one of us has a responsibility, and as a business, we have a responsibility to incorporate what was just told by my previous speaker, that whether it is design stage, at every stage you will have to think sustainability. Sustainability is not a new term. You just have to read your religious scriptures and you will find that it has found its place in all the practices that were put into, whether in our social life or in our commercial life.